What's up, guys and gals, and welcome back to City Clickers. My name is Splat, where we're doing a little bit of municipal advancement here, trying to make our city a little bit nicer, a little bit more beautiful as it can be in two-tone. You know, there's only two colors, like that tan color and that black color, and so, you know, we're doing what we can with the tools that we've been given, all right? But in any case, I think it's a gorgeous city. I think our city's wonderful, and I think I've got no complaints. I'm going to build a road right here. I was thinking about it for a while. I farmed up some cash in between, too, so it's been about 2 years since anything has been built in the city. But I was going to build a road right here. And the goal for that is that I'm thinking, if I put in a couple of parks right here, the amount of money we would make off of rent, I think would really outperform the cost of the parks. Could be wrong. This might backfire. But I was just going to put a couple of parks back here. It'll cost us a little bit of money, $10 a day in fact. They're pretty expensive because they give you a real tangible buff to the area around. But then we'll give it a couple days. We'll just sort of see what happens right here. And that's more or less what I thought was going to happen. He's at excellent, so we can raise the hell out of the rents on these. And then I think it'll make up for it because we've got to make up for it. That's at tolerable, so I don't think it's inside the radius. That's at good. And that's alright. But what we can do is we can put in a few other things down here as well. Did these guys get the bonus? They did. They got the bonus. Okay. And so I'm just going to take a look at these, and we'll give it a couple days here, and we'll see what happens with our population. Now, if people freak out and they start leaving and moving out and whatnot, cool. But if they don't, I think we will have just earned ourselves a bunch of extra money in exchange for just dropping a couple things over here that don't really, like, matter. Like, they don't affect things in the greater scheme of things. I can also raise the rent right there, although that one looks like it's outside of range. Cool. I think that'll work. In addition, because there's parks across the street, I should be able to build... They'll get the noisy street debuff, but I should be able to build a couple things right here as well. So if I put, like, a large housing right here, I think we'll benefit from it. I do. But I'm going to wait and see what happens with him before I do anything else. If it sits at excellent, then that's fine. It looks like it's sitting at good, which is actually great. I'm going to put a large housing in right here as well. Now, they might be a little crowded. I do love the way that it varies the graphics, or at least, like, rotates the building a little bit whenever... Yeah, there we go. There's a little bit better. They're at tolerable, but they've got the noisy street debuff, so yeah. They're going to have to watch out for that, and in fact, I'll probably just leave him where he's at. I'll leave that building where it's at because, frankly, I think it'll be okay. Did I just lose somebody? I am. I'm losing people. Where am I losing people from? I'm losing people from... somewhere. We lost people right there for some reason. And we're losing people... Maybe they're moving into the larger housing, though? I don't know. Let's give it a couple days and see if it evens out. No, it's not evening out. So now we're losing... It's this building right here. And so this is on inadequate. Oh, unemployment. They lost their job because the factories are full. Okay. Well, that's an understandable complaint to have then. Because we've basically developed that area down there, I'm thinking it's time to move up to this part of the city and start developing things over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop some stuff right there. Good. I'm going to put in a mega market right here because we've never done it so far. The larger shop probably attracts like 100 people. This could really backfire on me, but we've got a pretty substantial surplus right now, and so I'm willing to take the risk. Let's go with a convenience store right there. It's not earning anything, but it has a range of 8, and I think that's going to work out pretty well for us. So instead, I'm going to drop a large housing right... No, I'm not going to drop a large housing right there. I'm going to drop a factory right here. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a factory in this spot because people got to get their hammers and their chisels and all that work-related stuff out. And hopefully, this will be good enough. It's within 10 of that guy. And then it also gives us a chance over here to start developing some housing that we didn't have previously. And this should soak most of the stuff that I build over here and make us a pretty penny, I think. I bet this will work out. So I'm not planning on turning this road anytime soon. So instead what I'll do is I'll put in 3 large houses over here. And we've got enough money right now to adapt and kind of figure out... Oh, we're losing money right now. Okay. That's cool. Oh, we're losing money pretty aggressively at the moment. What do they want? Water. Okay, they need water. I will drop a water tower right here then. It is going to be expensive. Best case scenario is that we just bulldoze. So if we end up with like a really terrible deficit, what we'll do is we'll bulldoze that shop. And then from there, I think we should be all right. Why is nobody moving in over here? There's a factory right here. I think something has gone wrong with this factory. That's what I think. What's happened over here? There's very few workers over there, so we do need to finish development on that side. Shit. Alright, clear the shop. Get that deficit back. There we go. That thing costing us right now. And then we'll figure out what we want to do with this factory over here. Because it's saying that it has workers, but I think what that's done is it's pulled all the workers from this area to that factory, so there's not enough workers for both of these factories down here. And so it's a fixable problem. It's not a problem that I'm going to freak out about or anything like that. We'll put a road right here. There we go. And I'm going to drop a... Let's stick to small housing right now, because I think our money situation is not going to... It's not going to soak the potential problems we have right now. And so in adding a few more people over here, we maintain our cash while at the same time... See, this is what happens. I get a surplus, and then I get overly excited once I get that surplus. And I start building things that I shouldn't be building. I'm going to build a large housing right here, too, although I think that'll probably put us at the edge of that water tower. Oh, there's no water usage down here. Well, a pox upon it, then. I'm not going to worry about it. And so right there, you can actually see our cash flow going up as this factory starts to recover and starts to pick up some workers. How are they looking over here? They're at good, they're at tolerable, and they're at good. All right. This place has nobody shopping at it right now. I'm assuming because this is soaking up everybody. That's okay. I can make that work. I'm going to take a road down this way. There it is. Nice, lovely little road. Although at a certain point, we got to start wondering about, like, 4 lanes and whatnot. Our city's getting a little larger. It's only 135 people. It's really not that many. But at the end of the day, it's enough. Let's drop another large housing right here. Just keep people nice and happy. We are earning money at the moment, so the worst thing that we end up having to do is just clicking on a button for a while to earn more money. Like, that's seriously the worst consequence right here. It's not that bad. That puts us to about 3,500, and that was what happened is when we built this factory over here, it soaked up everybody on this street, so that the place down there didn't have anybody to work at it. I was wondering why our budget dropped so hard. So essentially we were carrying a bum factory that wasn't doing anything. It was just sitting around doing whatever it is that bum factories do. Produce bums, I guess. Just produce a da booty. We'll go down to this side, and I'm going to drop a couple more roads down here. Yeah, that looks good. I can live with it. I don't know if I want it to cross over right there, or if I want it to cross over somewhere else. I'm going to cross it over right here. Let's cross it over on this side. That seems all right to me. I think I might be losing my voice today. I don't know. I got allergies. It's allergy season. I don't want to build a house right there. It's allergy season right now. And it's like 40-mile-an-hour winds outside. You come outside, my cars are just covered with like yellow shit, like pollen, just powder all over my cars. My eye, like I gotta take like triple doses of like random allergy medication just to keep myself straight here. I'm gonna put in a couple of houses right here. And that looks good to me. They probably won't be super happy. Like, these people probably will not be intensely happy with their living situation. Yeah, it's tolerable. But I think it'll work for right now. It'll keep us solid. We seem to be hitting kind of a gap right there. I can't get above like $60 a day. And I'm kind of wondering why that is. So they're starting to attract shoppers. So they're in the black right now, which is great. I'll probably drop a large housing right here then. Just so it's done. More people will move in right there, and that should max out. You can now build fire stations. Buildings that are outside the range of the fire department have a high risk of catching on fire, especially in densely populated areas. So we'll probably have to bulldoze some old housing in order to get this done. So what I would do is I would clear this guy, and we'll take a look at the fire station, although my guess is that's going to cost us quite a bit of money. Fire station, $6,000 for a fire station, so yes. It is going to cost us a considerable grip of cash in order to put that down. In fact, it's going to cost us about 20 a day. It's going to hurt the budget to put in a fire station, but apparently we have to worry about things catching on fire right now. Yeah, there's our fire. Our first fire. Put it out? Oh my good lord. Fires put out the houses. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so yeah, we definitely want to get on that fire station duty sooner rather than later. If we don't, it feels like we're going to regret it. So I'll put in fire stations. Hopefully fire stations don't end up with too many problems. We are bleeding cash right now. So let's clear some of the rubble. We've taken a little bit of damage here. We've taken a little bit of a hit, unfortunately. I'm going to have to shut down something in order to make this work. Because we are bleeding cash at the moment, although I could take a loan. Yeah. Let's borrow off a loan real fast. We have nobody living inside of there because there's no employment and there's no shopping. Okay. We'll drop a market right here just to make them happy. Maybe help out with that slightly. And as far as that place is appalling, let's go ahead and drop the rent by 2 so at least somebody will consider moving in. But no, it actually doesn't look like anybody's moving in. Shit. It's still inadequate. Well, somebody living in there doing something is better than nobody living in there doing nothing. Oh, that's not helping either. I'm eating up all my stuff trying to test and see if anything's working for me. As far as fire hazards go, got a noisy street right there, noisy street right there. That was to be expected. They are happy. We need to figure out a way to earn back some of this money, though. So how's this factory doing over here? Yeah, losing those 2 houses was probably what hurt us the most. So let's put in a large housing down here. We'll get it rebuilt. I don't know what a fire station covers. I would assume it would cover a pretty considerable area because fire trucks have wheels. It's got a 15 range. So I think it'll put us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, it'll put us right out to here. It'll put us close. He'll have noisy street debuff, which sucks. But, yeah, noisy street debuff. I don't think it'll hurt it too much. What we'll do is we'll drop that by 1 on the rent, just to try to get some people moving back in, and there we go. We're back in the black, even over the top of our loans. We should be good. And then I'll also convert this to a large housing, just so we get a few more people to occupy our factory, because right now getting that factory outfitted with people to, like, swing hammers and do stuff is the most important part of getting back to a stable economy. And until we do that, we are really hosed, like super hosed. I don't like any of this over here. I will go with a large housing right here. Hopefully that doesn't get the noisy street debuff. I don't think it will. I've never tested out with that particular geometry. I think it'll probably be fine. Yeah, people are moving in. They're all good. It's on tolerable right now. I'm going to lower their rent by 1 so that it bumps up and makes them a little bit happier. That should also get this factory back up and bumping. It may also supply them with some shoppers, which is the other part that we're kind of hurting on right now. I think I could get away with a large housing right here as well. And so that should... Whew, that was a close one. We almost went bankrupt. All in the course of like 1 day, we almost went bankrupt. They're on good, so they should be happy. We shouldn't have to fiddle with anything right there. And as they start to populate a little bit better, we take a look. It's on 6 out of 6. Things are looking a little bit sketchy over here, and that's probably due to the fact that they have no employment available. Oh, they need everything over here, and so this is going to represent a major infrastructure project, so I'm just not going to fiddle with it for right now. I'm going to focus on the areas that I need to be profitable before I start moving into other things. We also got to think about paying back that loan now. That's the other part, is we took out that loan. That loan is going to be hitting us pretty hard. It's not going to be hitting us insanely hard, so on 30 days right there, it's only costing us like $7 a day. It's not too bad, so we don't have to think about paying it back like right now. Fiscally, it's not that irresponsible of a loan. But at the end of the day, we owe somebody money. And owing people money is not a good place to be. That's how you get run up on. I'm the mayor. It's not good for the mayor to be getting run up on right now, getting his ass kicked over money that he owes. So you know what? I'm just going to avoid it. Okay, what we got going on here? I lost a building right there that I didn't even notice. So let's put something back right there too so we can get some people back in here. We'll call that a large housing. Why not? I don't know if it was a small or like a normal housing or what it was, but looks like they are unhappy. They don't have shopping. Okay, I can fix that. I'll put in a market right here, and that should be within the 4-tile range to make that happen. That may divert some funds a little bit away from other areas that we're in. That's on excellent, so we can raise the rent on them a little bit, make a tad more money. What's losing people right now? Something is losing people right now. It's this guy down here. It probably took away his... Okay, so he lost his employment status based on that. Bummer! It's sometimes strange how things affect areas, so he was probably working at this factory right here would be my guess. Although we are kind of taxing that out at the moment, so I could put a factory in over here and maybe just hope it works out. Another business factory. Yeah, we'll drop that right there, and what I'll do is I'll extend a road out right here. to make that look a little nicer. And that factory's probably going to put us somewhat in the black for now. I'm sorry, somewhat in the red. Well, we're not bleeding right now. It's not too bad. Could be worse. Now that he's got his employment status back, he should come back, I think. He's on 3 a day. Drop him down to 2 a day and see if that gets people to move back in there. It did indeed. The money that we'll glean from them working at the factory is much more important than the money we'll gain from their rents, I think. Probably could do with a park right there because all these buildings would benefit from it. So let's do it. Cost us a little bit of money, but I think it'll probably pay for itself. So he'll probably get bumped up to excellent, which means that we can raise him by 3 tentatively. He gets bumped up to excellent, so we'll bump him up by 2. He's on good, so we'll leave him where he's at. And he's on excellent, so we'll bump him up by 2. And that should help us get our... Oh, we're losing people now. Where'd they leave from? They left from right there. Rent's too high. Okay, let's adjust that. It's now inadequate, so we'll drop that by 1, and we'll see if that helps out with the situation. It did indeed. Okay, so that's looking solid. Pretty happy with that catch right there. We caught that just in time. So, all good. It's all good. On this side, I will probably clear that out, put another market right here just in case. Markets are the safe option, I'll be frank with you. I'll be super honest with you. Markets are definitely the safe option if you're not trying to blow up your economy on accident. The bigger shopping malls represent like a giant risk a lot of the time when it comes to your finances. I'll drop 2 buildings in right here, and then I think it's time for us to farm out a little bit of cash. Don't you think? 2 large housings down here, something to populate that factory a little bit, something to get people shopping and stimulating the economy a tiny bit, and then I think we'll be solid. It looks like we just lost somebody from somewhere. Where that was? I don't know. It went up and then it went down. Maybe it bounced back really quickly. Oh, we're making $42 a day, and so yeah, we're having a hard time with that little hump that we can't seem to get over. Let me pass a year and make some money, and then I'll be back with you. All right. So we got ourselves another influx of cash here. It took about a year or so. I don't know. I wasn't too closely paying attention. Shouldn't matter too much, but we're in a good spot right now. We're in a real good spot. We're profitable. Things are working. Things are happening. And so that's all that you can ask for sometimes. I may... Oh, you can convert these to shops. Yeah, that probably would have been a smart idea. Especially over here. Let's convert you to a shop. How about that? And if that means I got to get rid of one of my other markets, then so be it. But it should maintain its customers. And actually, it's staying in the black right now. They need employment over here. Good enough. We got the cash to do it, so I don't see a reason why I shouldn't. I'll drop another factory right here. It seems like this area is pretty heavily engrossed in labor. Give that a couple days, and we'll see what happens here. He bumps up to 40. We should start to see some new people coming in on these. These are in appalling conditions right now. They don't have shopping, they don't have employment, they don't have anything that they want to have. I will recommend then that we bump this up to a shop as well. Maybe that'll help us a tiny bit. Maybe not right now, but, you know, future-wise it might help. So since they're at appalling right now, this water is apparently taxed out. We will put in another water tower, I guess. This area is a little bit condensed, and because it shifts your services in between people that don't have them, it can be difficult to kind of... So they need employment. They should have employment. I see no reason why they should not have employment. It's doing something a little strange right now, I think. And I'm thinking that if I clear these and I rebuild them, it might work out better. So if I bulldoze those, what happens to the workers on this side? Nothing? Yeah, just clear them out then. Something weird's happening over here with the assignment of workers. And workers are not necessarily going to places that are like the most important and the closest. So income is 15 a day right there for the factory. Overhead is 15 a day. Water usage is 50 out of 50. Yeah, I think something weird is happening right here. I really sincerely do. I think the water grid over on this side has somehow decided to be a little bit wonky. That did put us back in profitable though, so I can live with it. We got no workers down here. Let's go with I'm a little bit terrified to build in this area right now because weird stuff is happening and it's costing me money. I'd be actually really surprised if that's actively generating 10 a day like it says it is. Honestly, markets generate almost as much as a shop does, and they take a lot less throughput, and they're easier to manage too, so it may be one of those things where we might want to think about just not using the bigger shopping areas. We'll go large housing right here. It might be outside the realm of the water grid, maybe. We'll see what happens with it. It's tolerable. We'll drop the rent by 1 so that more people move in. We can start getting that factory jumping. There it is. Right here, I would consider going out 1 further. And I'm going to try and turn this road and see if I can fix the problem that I have over here by adding another residential district down here. Maybe that'll clear it out. Maybe it won't. I'm not sure. It seems to shift your resources in between the various buildings that provide them, and that'll cause like a drain in like a corner of your city that you weren't expecting when everybody goes to work at like the new spot, basically. It's slightly concerning. We have money right now. I should be able to bounce back from this, no problem. Let's go for a few more large houses over here. I'm not mega enthused about the way this has gone down. That has water, right? I was going to say, it needs to have water for this to even be remotely effective. So until it has water, how happy is he? He's on excellent, so we'll raise his rent by 1. A little bit more money a day. How's the water system down here being taxed? Like, none at all. I can live with that. That's okay. Let me take this, and I'll put in a large housing right here. And then because I'm starting to get the feeling that they might require... There we go. I think we got this factory working now. Or at least our overflow is going somewhere. I have no idea which water tower is supplying what right now. Like, it's not adding any of that to... Oh, it's so strange. It's not adding the new people over to this one? Which has got me a little bit odded out. I don't know. I would like to clear that right there. We'll just make some money for a minute. I'm going to put a road right there. And then this is going to kind of loop around. It's going to be a little funky, but stuff like this does exist inside of cities. So... Don't want a small housing. We go large because we're in charge. We're the mayor, bro. We're the damn mayor. We go large, if at all. Grande size. Boost it up. You feel me? Got it a herd. We'll have that spiral back slightly. So that maybe we can go large housing right there. Yeah, that works. And that's starting to get that factory fleshed out, so we're starting to make a little bit more money again. We're back on the ticket. 26 a day is definitely better than what we were making. They're on excellent, so we're going to raise them up to 6. He's still on excellent, so we're going to raise him up to 6. He's on good at 5. So 6 might be too much. We might lose people right there. Yeah, we lost people. Yep. Let's bump that back down to 5. How about that? There we go. Perfect. And so there we should get people back. I think we're probably going to need a new shop around this neighborhood at some point. We've got nobody going to that one right there, though, so maybe it's just being absorbed by this dude. It is indeed. It's being absorbed by that guy. Alright, well, we'll just call this a little cul-de-sac then, which is French for bottom of the bag. Learned that on Jeopardy like 1,000 years ago, and then for some reason it just stuck with me. I've never really known why that little piece of trivia stuck with me, but it did. That's a small house. I don't want a small house. I want a tall house. I want where I can ball house. Ooh, we cut it close on the budget there. So with that little area, we have indeed knocked back up into an acceptable amount of throughput with our cash. He's on good at 4. He's on good at 4. He's on tolerable at 5. He's on tolerable at 5. That's going to be a danger zone. We'll watch out for that. A danger zone! We're going to watch out for it. There may be some population drop right there, but at least we know where the trouble spot is going to be and where it's going to come from. So I'm not going to panic too much about it. A little bit more cash to be earned. I'm going to say another large housing right here, and then I'm going to check my water grid right after this because we have actually put a considerable drain on that water grid. Yeah. I've got to have a water grid somewhere that's just doing something odd. So they're almost, well, they're making a little bit of money. We can afford a few more little bits and pieces of housing down here. I'm going to put a road in right here, just to keep things spiraling out and doing their thing. I do think some of these houses are probably a fire risk at this point, which means we're going to have to do the cumbersome, horrible fire station building again, because that thing costs a fortune, and it also really hurts your budget. I don't like building fire stations, but you know, you got to protect your people. Got to protect your people. Otherwise, they start giving you nicknames like Lord of the Flame and shit like that. They're all good. They're all good, so I see no reason to expand out the fire department. Looks good to me. Seems like around the time when I would start dropping a bit more housing down here. This is the booming area for us right now. I'm wondering when we're going to get access to, like, mega skyscraper housing. That's what I want to know. So we'll clear that out. This would be a good spot for a park, so I'm totally going to do it. Because every house in this area will benefit from it massively. And we're going to be able to build 2 more houses in here, I think. Almost 3, maybe. Well, he might get crowded. Yeah, he got the crowded debuff because he's facing 2 other houses. So we're going to have to lower his rent. Actually, he's on excellent right now. Raise it. Never mind. Raise his rent. That's what he gets. Stop being so happy. Stop being so happy. We'll put them on 5. We should see some population growth from right there. We saw population drop, though, too, from this one. Because it's inadequate at 5. Okay, we'll drop it down to 4, and we'll see what happens. There we go. It bounced back. He's just being a choosy Susie right now. Being a choosy Susie. He's at tolerable. That's good to know. Corners don't count, I think, as far as cramping goes, so I'm not going to worry about that. So if you've got cramping, don't worry if your house is touching somebody else's house. It won't matter. Watch that population number for any drops. No. No drops. Looking good to me. We're up to $68 a day. Not bad. That allows us to generate some cash at a decent rate. But everything below this road, I think, is going to need a new fire station, which I'll probably put on the corner right here. Put that fire station out on the corner and say, earn me that money. I could probably get away with raising the rents on all these guys if I put a park right here. So I'm going to try it. We'll give it a couple days and we'll see who bounces up to excellent. He's on good. He's on good. Could probably get away with squeezing an extra buck or 2 out of him, but I'm going to leave it all at 5. 5 seems to be what I can get away with before people start, like, revolting. 7's working over there, though, which is weird. Raise him up to 6. Then we'll watch for any population drops for a day or 2. Okay, no population drops, so we're looking solid. Everything's looking real good right now. Now, if I could bring this road back this way to start grabbing onto this side of town, I think we'll definitely have a little bit of a play to make. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here at the Nerd Castle for the next episode of City Clickers. I hope you guys really like this game. I actually am in love with this game. I really like it. I would score this for a game that somebody made for a game jam, just like in their free time. Like, this is not even like... This is a professionally made game, but it wasn't made for... It wasn't made for profit. Like, this game was just made as part of, like, a competition. This is a really good game. This is a solid game that constantly has me thinking and, like, reworking things and being like, should I put this over here? Should I put this over here? Like, I like it. I like it a lot. You can get the game for free right now, which is actually, frankly, mind-boggling. I'd say you could easily charge $4.99, $5.99 for this game and people would pay it, because it's a fun game. I've dumped like 7 hours into it already and just lost track of the time. I will see you all next time. Thank you for stopping on in. My name is Splattercat. I show off indie games every single day. If you don't like what you see today, check back in tomorrow, because I guarantee you'll have something new. All right? Bye, everybody.